There's no international football on at the moment, so we thought we'd try something different. Today, we're joined by Nick Morgan, who's going to talk to us about song No Scotland No Party and reminisce about the Euros. This is the No Scotland No Party podcast, supported by Ball Bags, official underwear of the men's national team.
We know we ain't no football experts, but we all feel the same about the beautiful game, the game. No Scotland, no party for the Tartan Army.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the No Scotland No Party podcast. Today I am of course joined by Craig, Dave and a very special guest today. We have got Nick Morgan on the pod. How are you, mate? You all good?
Hey guys, good. Thanks for having me on.
No, not a problem. And the listeners will have been treated to the first episode with a new jingle, mate. I want to
That's
say,
right.
honestly, mate, that is amazing. Thank you so much, gents. What do you make of it?
I think it's great. It's fantastic. I mean, you know, we basically named the podcast after your song, so nothing could be more appropriate than you doing the jingle for us. It's brilliant.
Great, man.
Yeah, I'm absolutely blown away by it, and everyone I've kind of shown it or made listen to it. It's just been, they've just loved it. Everyone's just absolutely loved it.
It's so funny.
Craig, because I think when I was messaging Craig the voice notes, it's funny because Craig's singing away. What about this? But it was hard to, as I was saying with the syllables, it's hard to like work it in. So we're thinking so many things.
I
think the beautiful game thing works quite well, and you know.
I think so as well. Obviously, the full podcast, we won't just think about that, but it was funny. I mean, for all the listeners, like as soon as I messaged Nick, I was like, look, we all love your song, obviously, it's no secret. And even with my TikToks and that, mate, it's no secret how much I love it and been posting it everywhere. And I basically said, I was like, look, we would love to have parts playing at the start, but obviously, I mean, people will put two and two together as well. But in the song, we all know it goes sort of No Scotland, No Party, Steve Clark's Tartan Army, which, look, we wanted to future-proof it here on the No Scotland, No Party podcast. So, yeah, as Nick was saying, it was quite hilarious, guys, our back and forth messages and me just like this singing awfully into my phone, like, would this work? But I'm happy with what
You should upload them to the channel for the listeners to hear them.
I know. I'll try. I'll get that voice note and I'll put it up. But mate, honestly, thank you so much. And yeah, I guess today we're just going to have a sort of reminiscing podcast. I think we've all said today, especially we're going to sort of get a wee chat with you, Nick. We're going to talk on the Euros, reflect on that time because honestly, what a time it was, mate. How obviously we're coming up to about a year on now, which is honestly crazy to even say that out loud. But how have you felt in the past sort of 12 months? How's everything been for you since the Euros, etc.?
It's just been a crazy year, you know what I mean? It's just been, even still, it's like you're still, people are saying, oh, my son loves your song, and you're out fucking, I get a photo of your son. You know what I mean? It's all the kids seem to love it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, without a doubt.
So it's still going well, which is great. You know, I mean, even like when the Tartan Army were in Greece there, and like I'm getting sent all videos on Facebook, we're coming up with like nightclubs playing it, and you're like, that's the thing I'm happy about is the fact that it's still going.
Yeah.
I mean, and I hope it's just one of these songs that sticks around, like Ali.
Grows and grows.
We have a dream, you know what I mean? So that's the.
Yeah, I mean, I think Nick, that's one of the things, and. You know, I mean, you know, really genuinely, right? So I was in Athens, okay, and there were two bars, one in particular that basically everybody went to, right, especially late at night. And you know, I was there, I don't know, from 11 till 1 or something, but when the night before the game, probably.
Right.
And you know, I mean, you know, I've been going to Scotland games for a long time, and there's lots of songs, lots of anthem songs or whatever and so on that we would all sing. Honestly, yours is the one, and that's why you've seen. I mean, I took a wee recording of it, but other people did a much better job. Like from up high on the balcony, that's probably the one you've seen, right? And I mean, yours was the one that got, I mean, twice, maybe 3 times the amount of participation, attention, and noise, right? And it's amazing. No, but seriously, I mean, it's a huge credit to you, right? Because most of the other songs have been going for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, whatever, right? Yours has been going for a year, and yours is the one that everybody wants to sing, and they're all going daft about, which is brilliant. It's a huge compliment to you, honestly. It really is.
It's great to see. It's great to see, you know what I mean? It's just, as I'm saying, we're in Germany, I'm sure we'll talk about that, but even like just being in like you're walking by nightclubs and you're hearing it. Like, you know what I mean? Like we're in the taxi after the Switzerland game. We're in the taxi going to somewhere else, and we stopped at lights, and there's this huge. You can hear it blaring out.
Yeah,
what, you know what I mean? It was just like brilliant, man. Just
one of my memories of Germany. It was one night we were in the, remember the Scholars Lounge we were in, Dave?
Yeah.
The Irish bar. And we came out there and we thought the place was that bar was shutting down. So we thought that's the end of the night, no problem. There was a place over the road called the Rock Box. And we walked into the Rock Box and everybody was standing on the tables. No one had a shirt on in the whole place, and everybody's singing "No Scotland, No Party." I've got a video of it. It was just the most unbelievable thing. It was fantastic. At 3 a.m, it was just brilliant.
Tremendous,
it's the whole thing. I mean, like you said, we could every single time, and I mean this without fail, that I talk back on any memory, big or small, from that summer and that tournament, I just have the biggest grin on my face because, honest to God, it was just, and obviously it goes without saying, we know that the football and the results didn't go as we'd all anticipated, and there was all this build up, but honestly, like, I think that it's such a reflection on the summer and Scotland fans as a whole. The fact that you ask anyone that was there, right, and you say, "Oh, do you regret going because of the results?" Not one person would be like, "Yeah, I regret going." And I think that's just what it goes to show, is that it isn't. I know it's almost a cop out to say it's not about the football and the football secondary, because of course we all wish that we were better and we all got better results. We'd be lying if we said we didn't, but I genuinely do mean it. It almost does sometimes feel secondary, in the sense that it's stuff like, you know, the songs that everyone's singing, the memories that they were making, people being daft. That's what people remember, and it's that stuff that sort of stays in the minds, and especially for me. But like I said, maybe if we were a bit better at football, it would be the games that stuck in the mind. Maybe it's a deflection tactic.
Nick, can I ask, is it something you've always wanted to do, a Scotland song?
Well, actually, I did. You might not have heard it, but I did one for the Euros last one. It's called Our Moment, and I released it, and it did all right. Like, all right, you know what I mean? I think Scottish Banter posting our page and all that.
Yep.
So it did all right, but never went viral. So I've always, that came about because when I was at college doing music, one of the tasks was you had to either write a radio jingle, which I've done for you guys now, so take that off the box. Or you could write a football song or a Eurovision song. It was a project. So I went with the football song. So that's why I wrote that, Our Moment. So that's where the idea came. And then released that, did all right. And then come the Euros, I was like, I might go for another one, you know what I mean? And we could talk about how that song came about if you want. It was more because I'd done that already. Because it's such a niche in it market, you've more chance of getting noticed with a song, because there's thousands of songs released a day from great bands, great songs, but you never hear them. So it's just the market's just saturated with so much music. So when you've got a niche, it's like, you know what I mean? I was like, right, this is a chance to get my name out there if I get a good song, you know. So that was.
I mean, I guess a question from me, Nick, like on that, and like you said, we'll talk about the creation and all that, and all the sort of build up. But one thing that I'm curious to see is, obviously it's no secret that one of the reasons the song done so well was because of the likes of TikTok, you know, Instagram Reels and stuff, and it being so big on social media. When you were creating it, did you almost have this in mind that, look, if it can, you know, if it does well on that, then maybe this is a good opportunity for it to take off? Or do you think that it was just kind of, you just seen it more and more, and before you knew it, it snowballed into being, you know, viral on TikTok and socials?
It was a weird one, because I go to a voice coach sometimes that way, like tell him my singing and that. And, he does a lot of recordings, so he records my vocals on my album tracks and things like that. So I went to him with the idea of the song. I was like, look, I've got this tune I'm thinking of doing. He was like, that's brilliant. He was like, you know what I mean? He's like, dead. So it's good just to get the first person you like hear it had that reaction. He's like, oh my God. Because you don't know when you write stuff, you don't know if it's good or you don't know. It's hard to tell, but so it's good to get that opinion from someone else. So we're recording it, and we're both just laughing, going, imagine, like, because obviously the line waiting to Argentina is like, imagine people in Argentina heard it, and like, you never expected, like,
no, of course,
TV news. You know, we were just thinking it'd be cool, just like for some folk to hear it, and you know, I mean, I never thought it was going to go that way. Like, could never imagine that.
Aye, well, mate, honestly, it's incredible, and the stuff with it going global is just honestly incredible. But I think that all three of us will sit here and agree. You definitely won the title for Song of the Euros, mate. That's for sure. And even beyond Scotland as well. You know, you had Germans going mad for it. Even myself, obviously, I've got like a good solid base of German followers now who are just the most incredible people ever, support everything, and even they'll when I meet a German fan, they're like, oh, the song No Scotland no. I'm like, yes, I love it.
I think that's the for me. I think that's the cool bit. That's what I love the most is when I was seeing TikTok and it went from Scottish people to like Argentinians to then Germans doing it. You had like German teenagers all singing it, and I'm like, that's unbelievable. So A, it's not even their team, but B, the fact that it's in Germany and they're just. I mean, I was like in one of the beer gardens in Munich. I think it was a couple of days before the final game because we travelled the way we booked it. It was all different. So I'm just walking through the beer garden with a kilt on, and then a group of German guys, maybe about in their 20s, a big football team, some local football team, all their tops on, and they just see the kilt, they just start singing, boycott John McGinn. And I'm like, I went over and I goes, do you know this song? They went, oh man, we love it. And I'm like, I know it. And they wouldn't believe me. I showed them Instagram, so they're getting photos, and it was mental. You know what I mean?
Honestly, little did they know that they met the legend themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Craig, what about Craig? Did your wee ones enjoy that song? I imagine so.
Do you know, it's so funny. Yeah, it was my son that actually got me to listen to it straight first of all. But we've actually got, when we're driving in the morning, we've got this playlist, we've got different playlists, and one of them is actually a Tartan Army playlist, and they love the old Tartan Army stuff. You know, the old Yabba Dabba Doo, Ali's Tartan Army, or Viva Scotland, all that malarkey. They just absolutely love it. And to put another song in there was just brilliant. So when I was in there, and we listen to it all the time, the kids, they just love it. Everyone
It's
loves
an
it.
honour. My wee niece and nephew, they were the exact same. Obviously, they were following my journey and the walk in and stuff like that. But I think every single day, from like 15 days before in the build up, I was getting a new video of, oh, we've got John McGinn. And I was just getting behind it big time, but it was amazing. But Nick, you'd spoke there like a bit briefly about the sort of the creation and the start and the idea for the song. What do you think? Obviously, I know the inspiration would it have been as simple as, you know, you wanted to do something for the Euros, but take me back, strip that right down to the sort of creation and the start.
The idea actually came just after I'd released my other Euro song back in. So that's when the idea came, and it was, I'm sure you know the background story to how the song came about. So Maradona passed away.
Yeah.
2020? No. Was it 2020 he passed away, maybe 5 years?
Roughly 2020, 2021 anyways,
So I think the Euros had maybe just finished, and I think so anyway. And all these tributes were online for Maradona, like all these videos and footage of him playing football and all this. And there was a video I've seen on Facebook, and it was Maradona in a kind of pub, and his family were there and friends, and he's singing this song in Spanish. And immediately it was one of these songs I'm like, do I know that song? Because it's so catchy. You know what I mean? You instantly love it. And I'm like, it sounds so familiar. So I didn't know what he was singing about because it was in Spanish. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know anything. I had to look into things, and I found out it was by a guy called Rodrigo, and it was called La Mano de Dios.
Yeah.
I found out La Mano de Dios translates into the hand of God. And I'm like, oh my God, that's a dream come true.
Brilliant.
So I just had the idea then. I thought, look, if Scotland qualify again for a tournament, I'm going to rework that song. So that was, I just left it in the back burner of my mind. That was it. I just thought, then obviously when we qualified, I'm like, brilliant. So then I went and revisited it.
Yeah.
Started to write it. I didn't know what way I was going to go with it. That's the thing when you write songs, you just kind of, everyone's got their own different method of writing. The way I do it is I'll like come up with a melody, and I'll just sing words, like mumbling voice notes. So
a bit like ours back and forth.
That's kind of what it's like. So I didn't know what way I was going to go with it, and then the words just started coming. Certain phrases started. I'm like, I can use that. The John McGinn thing. I'll put that in because everyone loves McGinn.
Yeah.
And then came the line, nobody's saying we're gonna win. I was like, brilliant. We'll make it quite self-deprecating, and that's the real go down. So that's the way I went. And obviously the Wait No Argentina line came, and I'm like, it just everything fell into place with that. You know what I mean? I could have wrote the song 100 times again, and I would never have got everything wouldn't have lined up as well as it did with the self-deprecating, which I think that's why folk love it, because it's saying we know we're not great, but we're just enjoying the experience. And so that's how it came about, basically.
So did you wrote all the words yourself then? You came up with all the words?
Yeah, all the words were me. Yeah, I messed about with the melodies slightly. The verse, if you were to go listen to that version, it's like a kind of Spanishy rumba kind of vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just done all the words myself and took time to do that.
And then, I think we've probably all heard that it also got popular in Argentina, and you've already spoken about that. But I don't know how to put the question exactly, but I mean, how popular was it, right? Do you have some sort of feeling of, just how popular it was in Argentina?
Well, this is the thing. I was like, I put it on YouTube, and some guy commented saying, like, he just commented saying, expect this to go big in Argentina. I'm like, right. I thought it was just cool, a guy for Argentina just comment. That's brilliant. So then I just started getting folk were tagging me in videos from like Argentinian like big radio stations, like your Radio 2 equivalent and all that. You know what I mean? Talking about it. And then next minute it wasn't even Argentina, it was like Spanish sports channels are talking. I'm getting sent these videos and then newspaper articles. And I was speaking to folk, Argentinian folk are like messaging me and saying, "Oh, we love it." And I'm saying, like, how big are these? They're like, "No, it's big. It's like national." You know what I mean? So it was. It wasn't like you're just here's your poster. It was like,
it's incredible.
Radio,
honestly,
of Argentina, so it was brilliant.
The only I can give you a slice of information on that one as well. But honestly, mate, it was mental. I think one of because I used the song so many times, and especially after finishing the walk and getting there, and I just loved it, mate. And one of the videos that I done, I want to say it was before in the build up to the Switzerland game anyways, and it was literally just a video of me and my pals sort of lip syncing along to it. The video ended up doing something like 2 million views, and if you go onto the viewers of it, it's something crazy. You would think, oh, it's a video of Scotland, but like video of Scotland fans. I think genuinely it was something like 20% of the viewers were Scottish, and the other 80 was like Argentine. And it was crazy because one of my good pals, Struan, as well. He's a handsome guy. He's got like blonde hair and that, and honest to God, he got an influx of Argentine girls messaging him, being like, "Oh, Scotland," and he was like, "That mate, I owe you big time." And I was like, "Yo, Nick, mate, you don't owe me. You don't owe me. You're him." So that's just a little wee bit on that, but honest to God, it was incredible. And what was it like going on? It was the radio. I want to say that you were on in Argentina. Am I right?
It was the TV. Yeah, actually, it was the. It was that day was mental. That day, that was the day before we went out to the day before the Euros. So it was the Thursday, was it?
Yeah.
So it was like I was when I was talking to a mate the other day, I said I could compare it to, have you seen the film Goodfellas?
Yeah.
What's the late Ray Liotta's character Henry Hill, and there's the scene where he's got to cook dinner that day, but he's also got to drop drugs off, and he's got to pick up he's got the airplane falling. It's chaos, you know what I mean? He's just like fuck time. From that morning, I was at the BBC Scotland in the morning doing a radio. I was I've done all the schools. I played local schools and that. So back doing that. Back into doing an interview with Shout Manis. Back to do the BBC Scotland in the house, and then I'm out to Glasgow Airport to sing. You know what I mean? So it was all just a manic day. You know what I mean?
It was amazing, mate. And that was you touched on it there, but honestly, I think the thing, like one of my favourite things was the videos of you in schools, mate. Like, see the ones in the schools, and you said that the young kids loved it as well. But honestly, seeing the videos and everyone just so enthusiastic, like going for it. Honest to God, it's incredible. And I'm the same every time I've went into schools and I've done talks, and especially speaking about the Euros and stuff. It's what everyone knows, mate. It's just one of the main things that everyone remembers, and it's just so special. Honestly, like the story of it all and how it all just blew up, mate. It's absolutely brilliant. But
obviously, Nick, so you said you've done a lot of the interviews and stuff. Is it ever taken you somewhere where you've kind of been speaking to somebody and you've thought, I can't believe I'm speaking to you in the back of this song? Like, have you met any of the team or anything? Or
Well, like that's like sorry, I never answered Craig's question about the Argentina thing. So like when it was there was I never met anyone really that through. I maybe talk sport and things like that. A couple of guys, Shabana, what's her name?
yeah,
Yeah.
Met her in Munich, and but it was more just I never really met anyone like footballers or that, or the team or anything. It was just all through the radio and like with Sherman Harris and things like that. And that Argentinian TV one, that was um, quite a big channel apparently. And I didn't, you know what I mean? I didn't know all this. I didn't,
Of course.
the host things, and it's coming up and showing the music video and the TV. I'm like, you know what I mean? So I never actually met. I think that's the thing with the song. See if I knew it was going to do so well, would I maybe had? I mean, I don't have a manager or anything. I just write music and release it. I'm not signed to any labels, and so it was difficult because I'm out there to enjoy myself most of all. You know what I mean? I don't want to sit at a laptop all day, and I was just out having fun because it's a once in a lifetime experience. You know what I mean? So I think if I knew the song was going to do that well, I would have had things in place back here at first, then to maybe speak to like news channels or do things and get or get invited to this event on the day before the game and things like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who did the video?
Well, if any of the people from the SFA or any of the players are watching, then honestly, Nick, maybe they can be inviting you now. It's not too late to get you to do something before the World Cup qualifiers this autumn.
It'd be great, man. Aye, be really good.
For sure. I mean, honestly, even with everything that you were saying there, like I can resonate with it so much as well. Like even from obviously this is all about like you and your story and stuff, but even from a personal standpoint, with like the way that the Euros sort of transpired for me as well, it was similar to the point where I'd booked it to go and let my hair down, to go and enjoy Scotland at the Euros and to have a laugh and to sort of come out the other end of it, and especially on like that final day and every day that followed it, it was people were wanting to get in contact for interviews for all these things, and it was almost, mate, and you'll have the exact same thing where it was then trying to weigh up and balance stuff in my head too. It was a point, it was like, right, see, in a realistic, ideal scenario, I wouldn't be doing anything. I'm like, it's just enjoying myself. But you then also need to think career-wise and think, what's the smartest move here? And when certain channels and certain, big people are saying, we want to get you on, you'd be stupid to say no and turn it down. So it became a thing of like, all right, okay, I now need to fit all these amazing interviews and opportunities, which is such a champagne problem. It's incredible to even have to worry about that. But having to do that and then also be like, right, am I going to be hungover in the morning? Am I going to actually be able to like and it sounds almost comical, it does, but I had big radio stations, right, we're going to be here in the morning. Can you be here? And I'm like, I don't know if I'm like, honestly, like I'm going to say aye, but I don't know what state I'm going to be in the morning.
So balance, saying it, like trying, as you say, enjoy it and just be professional. So
without a doubt,
even before like we booked our flights well in advance because we didn't know whether we were going to be playing. It worked out quite well, but I was just like the 2 nights before, it was Sky Sports Italy got in touch saying, "Are you going to be in Munich? Can we interview?" And I'm like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, "I'd love to." We were looking at flights and we could do Munich and then go to Dusseldorf, and it's just that way. You couldn't, the money wise, it wasn't feasible. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. I'm like, I'm getting sent when I'm traveling that day. I think we've done like Edinburgh to Dublin and Dublin to wherever, but I'm just getting sent all these videos during the day, like fans in the beer gardens with this big screen singing it, and I'm like, oh, I should be there. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm getting the fear of missing out, but that's the thing. It was such a. The main thing was there to enjoy myself. You know what I mean? I wasn't there to sit at a laptop all day and do, but that's the thing. It's a fine line, but it was funny because I'm maybe boozing a pub, I'm maybe 8 pints down, then and you get a message from BBC, whatever, saying we're in Cologne, can we? I'm hammered, whatever you want.
Yeah, honestly, it's incredible. I don't know if I've ever even told this story in depth as well, but I have such a similar one as well where I was in Stuttgart. It was the day, I think, I want to say before, that final game. So everyone's like, oh, right, we could do it. Could we do it? Spirits are high, and I remember the weather being glorious, and me and my pals were sat outside the Polliner like beer house, absolutely brilliant pub, and I must have been a good like 3-4 steins deep at this point, just enjoying myself, letting the hair down. Get a call from the producers at Super Scoreboard, and they're like, "Look, we've been wanting to get you on the full tournament pretty much. Like, how does today work? Are you free? Have you got any time free?" So I'm just looking about the table, and there's only, I think there's 4 of my good pals that are around me, and I'm like, "Look, boys, fancy going out to Super Scoreboard tonight?" And they're like, 100%. They're like 100%. But I'm like, oh God, I'm hesitant about even saying yes, because I'm like, right, one, they're all a little bit like on the way to being pished, and I'm pretty much there. So it's like, I was like, right, okay, let's do it. Basically warned them. I said, look, been out drinking and that, but honestly, it'll be fine. And it was just so funny, the fact that we go there, we get the setup and Super Scoreboard. I mean, like, who is a Scotland fan, you know, that hasn't listened to Super Scoreboard? You know what I mean? It's such a big show. And to then go on that and be like, honest to God, headphones on was half cut, headphones on, you hear the music, and I was like this, I just completely switched on, and the interview ended up being brilliant, got so much good feedback from it. And then as soon as we finished, like, me and the boys and then the producers that are just sat at the table beside us being like, right, who wants a beer? And they were the most, honestly, they were just the best team ever. The whole Super Scoreboard lot were brilliant. But aye, that was a similar story where I think after that I was like, oh, thank God I got that out of the way with. I am now fully on the way to Madrid town.
That is, you know, that footage is always going to be there. See, like, if you mess this up, you're just going to be, you know what I mean? Like, it's always going to be there on YouTube or whatever. So,
oh mate, without a doubt. But no, honestly, even just reminiscing on it all is just the most incredible time ever.
So Nick, what about the future? Are you going to do more songs? Scotland songs? I mean,
I've had a couple of ideas. I was thinking about it. Like, people like, oh, are you gonna do one for if we qualify for the World Cup? Are you gonna release that song and like change the words? I mean, you could have like, we're on our way to USA and things like that.
Yeah.
But I think the thing was with the song, it's now got that nostalgia feel to it. You know what I mean? When you hear it in 10 years' time, you think of 2024, think of Germany. And I don't want to dilute it and start releasing new versions. And I mean, I've got a guy working on a dance version of it, which will be cool just for the clubs and release of life. But I want this song, when people think about it, you just automatically, you're taken back to Germany. You know what I mean?
I agree.
I don't want to start releasing. So I might look into a new one. I might try find a wee hidden gem again from Argentina or something. I might look into that. But if I don't, you never know what's going to happen. You might find if we qualify for America, it might pick up again. People might, even if Steve Clark's no management, even if John McGinn's no playing, it might still go, you know what I mean? But I had an idea, maybe, you've got all these Scotland chants, you know what I mean? There's McTominay, Scott, McTominay, and whatever. And I thought it'd be cool to do an album, like properly record these chants and maybe introduce some new ones, like with songs, and change the lyrics, and just do maybe a cool 10-track album that the Scotland fans can put on. You know what I mean?
Mate, I would be all over that, because even when you're looking on Spotify and stuff like that, like sometimes you want to listen to these chants, but you need to kind of hear it with like either the crowd like singing it and stuff. So mate, honestly, I would be all over that.
I mean,
What do you think with the young ones like that?
30-second clips. It could just be a cool 20 tracks or 30-second chants and just music behind it. So I think that's what I'm going to do that and just.
Well, I tell you, my kids would love that. That'll be in my car every morning. I tell you.
So it'd be great. I need to ride on that wave, I suppose, and use that as the song to like build on that. You know what I mean? I think that's the plan. I'm going to start working on that and just come up with new songs and look. I think that's the thing. Maybe a 15-track album or just short songs that people can.
I think that's. I mean, not that I'm an expert at all, but I think that's a good idea. I mean, I wouldn't try and reinvent the No Scotland, No Party song like that, because I agree with you. If you think of the other songs we've got, you think immediately back to whichever campaign it was. So I completely agree with you. So I think, either coming up with some brilliant new idea which could be based on Argentina, or maybe you can find a German song or something. I don't know, right? But something for the for the next campaign, or doing what you just said, and that's quite an interesting idea, because that's. That's more innovative and probably more
like that.
exactly, to link them together in some way. I mean, that'd be quite challenging to do, I'm sure, but
it'll be
that'd
fun.
be really interesting.
It'll be a cool project. So I think I'm definitely going to start working that. And just, I mean, it'd be good if you folk are on a away game and you're on the train, just put the list on. Everyone could be doing the chants, and it'd be great.
Well, one of the things that we try and do in this podcast is, obviously after we finish this, right? If any of us have any good ideas or things which wouldn't be the answer, but it might help you in some way, we'll send you a message. And equally, anybody who's watching or listening, if they've got some ideas of what you can do, if they just interact with us, just post it on any one of the the chats around where we post this podcast. It'd be brilliant to get some discussion going, because that might give you some inspiration as well, Nick.
100%. That'd be amazing if the fans could just get in touch with you guys and myself, just saying, like, what about adding this song? What about this song?
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many. Like, I think the other day I was listening to that. Is it Chappelle Roan? What's her name?
Chappelle Roan, yep.
You could do like, tell me something better than the tartan. I mean, you can have like,
yes, I love it.
The options. You know what I mean? You can take so many songs and just put like Billy Gilman in it. We'll put. You know what I mean? So that's a great idea. If there's folk listening, please get in touch with me. I'll get in touch with you guys. And
Nick, can you enjoy music anymore, or are you always just trying to shoehorn in Tartan Army songs into everything you hear?
This is the thing, you know what I mean? Especially when you're right. That's it. I'm always like in the club thinking, oh, that'd be cool. You know what I mean? Like, just you're right. You don't enjoy it anymore. You're just always thinking out the box and being creative and thinking that'd be cool. Right? Use that.
Aye, when your hobby becomes work, isn't it? That's the thing. It goes from that. But no, mate. Honestly, that's amazing. I would be all over that. And upcoming projects that you do. Every one of us here on this podcast, want the absolute best, and we'll support you so much. And I guess off the back of that, like, we asked what the future is with sort of Scotland and stuff like that, and your involvement in songs in Scotland. But from a personal standpoint as well, what's your sort of goals for the future? Where do you see yourself in the next few years? Is it a big focus for the music and the
well, 100%. It's always been my passion that way. You know what I mean? I've been recording my album for about 4 years now. It's just been like changing things and recording something, not liking it. So I've released a couple of tracks since the Scotland one, but it's tough. The music business is so tough industry with like releasing tracks, and it's all about putting money into promoting it. That's what I said. The Scotland song was so niche that it was easy to promote. It was easy to promote, but it's quite disheartening releasing music and getting like 2,000 streams. You know what I mean? Compared to like 4.3 with the Scotland song. But I'm just going to keep going with that. Maybe get on the road more and do some live gigs, and then it's great, man. This year I've really put myself out there, I think, and I've been in touch with like event organisers in like Scandinavia and that. So I've got
nice.
I've got a guy, Brophy Bookings, and he's getting me gigs out in Denmark, Norway, Germany. So I think that's the thing, is just to get around. He's actually got me 3 dates for the opening World Cup qualifier against Copenhagen.
Nice.
So if he's an offer that, I'm doing
mate.
Copenhagen. So that's it. Just working on the album, keep thinking of ideas, go with this Scotland idea for the album, and just keep doing that, and just see where things go. You know what I mean? It's just, yourself, the more you put yourself out there, and the more chance of things happening. So that's it.
Can I ask, who does your videos? Because your videos are phenomenal.
The Scotland one.
All of them. I mean, I love all of them.
But just different guys. The Scotland one I just done myself. It took me.
Did you really?
Aye, I just done it myself.
Where did you get that footage of all the old guys going on trains with cans of Tennants and McEwens and all that?
YouTubing for hours. Honest, I'm Googling old footage. I'm looking at stuff that was rubbish. You're looking up Rabsy Nesbitt episodes. There's a couple of clips with Rabsy Nesbitt in it, but that was all just online footage from YouTube. And then you're having to then convert it into software and cut it. It was honestly, it took me longer to do that music video than it did to write the song. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's another thing. When I'm doing it, I had no idea the song's going to get shown in TV or beer gardens. You know what I mean? But I did want to show the old footage and the new team and all that. You know what I mean? And all the German things. So I just took hours to do that. But the other music videos, it's just my friend Stephen Noble does a couple of them. He's a videographer. I've got a guy called Lewandowski Leo. He does some.
I think
that's the thing with music videos. I know it costs money and maybe only a handful of people are going to see it, but it's just, I like the idea of that, having that a legacy there of videos. You know what I mean? I've always loved that. Like my favorite band, Travis, I've got that on. I've always loved how they had all the music videos going on. So yeah, that's it. Just keep doing the music videos and think
No, they're brilliant, mate. They're brilliant. They're absolutely smashing. Even when you're saying that, me and my friend Greg, I don't know if you've seen, but Greg McBride, the guy that I go out camping with from Scotland Uncovered, but the two of us, we actually spoke on our last camping trip, and we want to do something cool for like the sort of 1 year anniversary of that first game and stuff. And I think one thing that we had in mind was doing something similar of like getting so after the Euros, Greg basically put up a story saying, anyone who was there, send me like your best bits of footage. So he's got like a massive pile of great footage, and we basically said that it'd be amazing to do some sort of like reminiscing video where we're just like 1 year on, and obviously probably the idea was to use your song and stuff like that as well, because like I said, it was the song of the Euros. So
that could tie in nicely with the dance version. You could put, you know what I mean, you could have two videos, you could have the old one, and then the new video could be all the memories with Germany with the dance.
Yeah, without a doubt. No, without a doubt. Honestly, I think that it's incredible, and I'm so excited to see what you get up to, mate, in the future. I think it's going to be really good, and even from obviously the music that I've listened to as well, out with the No Scotland No Party, mate, you're smashing it. So honestly, keep it going. You're 100%. You're doing amazing, mate.
Much appreciated.
Yeah. Can I just ask? Wait, you used to be a postman, right?
I'm still am.
You're still. Well, this is what I was going to ask you. Did you give up being a postman to be a musician? Like, how did that work?
Well, this is the thing. I done gigs full time. I've done it for years, just playing the pubs and that. And then I was actually in the ambulance service trying to become a paramedic. I lasted a year. I hated it. I couldn't do what I loved. I couldn't do the gigs. I was terrible at it as well. So I just gave it up, and then I thought, I'm doing my music full time, but it's good to have that security as well. So I just had like 1 day a week doing the mail. So that was it. Worked nice. A Saturday, done my gigs, and then obviously COVID kicked in, no gigs, had to go full time with the mail.
Yeah.
And then I've just kept it up, balancing between them both. But the work's been good because now that I've got these opportunities to play in Denmark, and I've said to them, can I get like a 6 month sabbatical just to test the water?
Yeah.
So the end of this month, end of May, I'll have 6 months off to just really push things and do the travel and do the gigs and just, you know what I mean? It's great looking at a diary going, I can do that. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. I'll see 6 months off, see how it goes. If things take off, then I'll just continue doing the music full time, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I've got a question for you as well, mate. Obviously, you're talking about upcoming gigs and stuff like that, and I know that you had some cool opportunities in the summer. What has been your favourite place or sort of gig that you've ever done? Like, and it could just be for a small bit of time. It could be one big show that you've done. Like, does any come to mind?
I think it'd be hard to beat the Germany ones. You know what I mean? Like, I went out there with my guitar and a speaker thinking I'll just bust, because I left it too late to get in touch with Ted and Tam about the gigs. So they already had the lineup booked. You know what I mean? I messaged them, they're like, sorry, we're full. But I don't think they knew how well the song was doing in TikTok. You know what I mean? Of their TikTok guys, Tam and Christopher. So I don't think they had an idea. And I didn't want to be like, that's fine, don't worry, guys, let us know if the lineup changes. So I think like I'd done the Gloria Theatre in Cologne, and that was an amazing experience. You know what I mean? Just Tartan Army there, and then the one was unbelievable. Was the one before the Switzerland game in Cologne as well.
Yeah,
just a sea of Scottish people. You know, you look, and me and my mate are walking down from the bottom end, and it screens, and I'm thinking, I can't be playing here. I'm like, no. You're like, no way, man. And it's like walking on and on. You get to front, there's a stage. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So I think that was it was quite emotional. You know what I mean? You do like happy mode. You're just like singing your song. You've just got a sea of people shouting it back. You're like, it's unbelievable. You know what I mean? So that's got to be the most. I wish I was sober and I wish I had my voice for it, mind you. But, you know what I mean? But that's got to be the most special gig, I think, is that one with in Germany. You know, I mean, I don't know if you were at that fan zone or not, but
Yes, yeah, I was there, mate. I was there.
you look up and there was folk locals out their balcony watching.
Aye.
You know what I mean, it was just incredible.
And I feel like that full. I don't know about you, Dave and Craig, but for me, like I think honestly, one of my biggest highlights, other than the day that I finished the walk and stuff, because that was obviously going to be special for certain reasons, but for me, like the most just surreal and amazing moment of the whole tournament, I think, was that day of the Switzerland game and the build up. Like, I don't. Did you guys were you on the march to the stadium as well?
Yeah,
Craig? Like,
yeah.
honest to God, like that was just so surreal. And like you said, Nick, having the German fans like hanging out of their houses, videoing and just being like completely in awe of the fans, I think for me was just incredible. Like that full day, that will always live with me. That was just
And the
unbelievable.
goal as well, we got to celebrate a goal. You know what I mean?
Oh mate, honestly, God, I know.
It would have been so annoying going over there and not experiencing that higher goal. You know what I mean?
I know,
It was
I
good
know.
just getting a goal.
Yeah.
It was incredible. Incredible.
Oh, sorry, my camera. There you go. I know, but honest to God, absolutely brilliant. And I think that the whole thing is just going to live in the memories of both Scots, Germans, and everyone else that was sort of there witnessing it. It was just incredible. But mate, thank you so much for jumping on, mate. I really appreciate it. It's been amazing getting to
Thanks,
chat to you, man.
guys.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it.
Thanks, Nick. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, and just to stress again for anybody watching and listening, if anybody's got any ideas about, for Nick about what could be next songs or just suggestions or something crazy, right? Please tell us. Tell us on any of the forums, and we'll get it to Nick, and we'll, just to give you some ideas, Nick. It might help.
Yeah,
even if it's someone's own song, and they maybe want that
Yeah.
platform, and if it's really good, they'll be like, I'll record. You know what I mean? So just honestly, any song ideas, if you've got your own song, send me it. Or just
Brilliant.
songs and reword the words and I record it. You know what I mean?
And from an even wider standpoint for all the viewers that are still watching, we appreciate you so much. And any other wider ideas as well? Is there anything in particular you would love to see from someone to create around Scotland fans and that? Because one thing that we're all big on is getting that atmosphere and creating the buzz around Scotland. So if you have any ideas and things you would love to see from anyone, throw it in the comments. But we appreciate you all so much. Nick, you're an absolute gentleman, mate, and no Scotland, no party will live on forever, and hopefully we can carry the legacy a little bit even more with this podcast. And thanks for the jingle once again, mate.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks very much. Thanks, Nick.
Cheers, appreciate it.
Cheers.
Thank you very much. And also, just quickly, Nick, anywhere that people want to see your stuff, where should people follow to keep up to date?
Just Spotify, Nick Morgan, really, you'll see it. But I'd love if people could start listening to my other stuff rather than Scotland songs. So please check out. I've got 2 or 3 tracks on there now, you know what I mean? So please check it out and just keep an eye out for my album coming out. I've got a song coming out in June for the summer, a new track called 7 Seas. So just please keep a look at that or YouTube. See, you can watch the music videos that Craig was talking about as well, so you can see what he's going on about all the different videos. So, I
really look forward to listening to it, mate. Well, thank you so much. And Dave, Craig, Nick, been a pleasure. Thank you so much, guys. We're going to jump on and we'll do a wee outro for everyone else that's still listening as well. So thank you very much, team.
Cheers,
Cheers, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So, guys, that is another episode wrapped up. That was amazing. Did you enjoy speaking to Nick, Craig?
Amazing. Just absolutely. It was brilliant hearing you two talking to each other about your experiences. It was fantastic.
It was good. There was a fun little reminiscing on what an amazing time the Euros was. Again, thank you to everyone so much. We got amazing response on the last few episodes. Honestly, we're all enjoying doing this so much. So thank you. We have, I believe, got another winner of our Ball Bags giveaway. So Craig, I'll let you take the floor with that and announce the winner.
Yeah, the winner of this episode's £20 Ball Bags voucher is Bruce McDonald, and that is because he was engaging with us on the socials, asking some questions, and some really good input. So
well done, mate. So you have won that. We will send that out to you. Thank you so much. And if you want to be in the chance to win the Ball Bags £20 gift voucher, then all we ask in return is retweets on X/Twitter, any comments or shares on Instagram, that sort of stuff, or comments on YouTube, as well as likes. We appreciate you all so much. Thank you. We'll see you in the next episode. And yeah, no Scotland, no party. Remember that always. Come on.